Hi there, everyone. Just bring this a bit close there. Well, I have done it. After, of course, the last few videos you'd seen, I had bought at least 3 of the new Blue Eyes White Destiny structure decks, and I have completed my deck build of, brace yourself, 45 main deck cards. 45 cards! Are you mad, man? You're probably thinking, 45 cards? Are you mad, man? Okay, for those who don't know, the Yu-Gi-Oh! Minimum size deck size is 40 cards, with the maximum being 60. So between 40 and 60 is the legal number of cards you can have in the deck for proper tournament play and all that. If you're being casual, it doesn't really matter how many cards you have, but for official tournament play, yeah, 40 to 60. Plus, also, lots of people are tending to stick to the 40 cards for the main deck, which is understandable because obviously they don't want to bog down the cards too much with cards that may not necessarily go over the deck. It might be nice for side options or whatever, but it might sort of weigh it down a little bit. But I think with the way this deck works, the 5 extra cards I put into it complements it well. It doesn't harm. I don't think it harms the synergy of this deck at all. Especially since I put in a bit of an old school card just to see how that goes. Yeah, as far as scratch my arm there. But yeah, as far as competitiveness goes, this older card. Obviously is not as good as the new one that came out. So I, I said, well, it's up to you, but I don't think it does too much harm. Like I said, it does synergize fairly well with this deck, and you'll see what it is when I get into it. But yes, so I have 45 main deck cards. Yeah. This is that sort of thing. Some people say, well, this is what the side deck's for, and think, oh, well, yes, but it's only 5 cards. So if I have a starting hand of 5, I still got 40 cards strong in my main deck. That's kind of what I was, going for. Besides, like I said, it all should work out. Pretty much in the end, it shouldn't really harm the actual synergy of the deck. It should all flow quite nicely. As I said, it's only 5 cards. It's not like I've gone the full 60 card limit. No, I made sure not to do that. So no, this should be fine. Oh, and as for the extra deck, yes, I've maxed it out to 15. But again, these are all pretty powerful creatures, and I think I made the right choice. Of course, you can always change it later, but for what it is, yeah, I think it's fine. So let's get on with it. Of course, you can't see them. I can see them, but I can just show you the cards. Of course, for this deck, you've got to have 3 blue eyes. Oh, sorry, before actually I carry on, they're all sleeved. Of course, I had to get Kyber sleeves. Yeah, I had to get these online from Amazon because they did not. No, sorry, tell a lie. They did sell them at game, but yeah, I think they only have like a few in my one, so I just went and got a couple online because this is actually from the a twin pack of quarter century sleeves. So half of them are Kyber and the other half are Yugi. So you get 50 Kybers and you get 50 Yugi sleeves. So yeah, I wound up getting 2 because I wanted more than the 50 because obviously I wanted the extra deck to have the same sleeves. I think with tournament play with extra decks, I'm not entirely sure. I think extra decks is okay. I think you can have different sleeves for the extra deck, but for the main deck, you definitely need to have the same sleeve for the cards in the main deck. I don't think it matters so much for the extra deck because obviously the extra deck is, people can see it right there to your left. And everybody knows, oh yeah, that's where your fusions, synchros, exes, links go, and of course any destroy pendulum cards will go on top. So yeah, people will know what the extra deck is, but of course the main deck is the main the main thing, as it were. But still, I wanted everyone to have the same sleeve. So that's why I wound up getting two. So yes, these very nice Seto Kaiba sleeves. Because again, it's blue eyes, you have to have Seto Kaiba. Anyway, 3 blue eyes, and I decided to go with the tablet art. All 3 of them, because for those who don't know, the new Blue Eyes White Destiny has the tablet art. They have the I can't describe them really. They have the secondary Blue Eyes White Dragon artwork that came out after the original from the anime, and a fairly more recent one. But yeah, lots of people did box openings. I mean, even I did one, so you know which cards I'm talking about. Just go back and watch that one, and you can see. As well as this one, you've got 2 other artworks to choose from, or you can, you can mix it up. I just like to have the same artwork here. So yeah, 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons. Now, of course, for a lot of builds, depending on what it is, some people might say, oh, you can get away with just having maybe the 1 Blue Eyes, or some might say, oh, you can just get away with just playing 2. But yeah, that's not right. Kaiba always has 3, so there you go, 3 Blue Eyes White Dragons. And besides, with the way this deck works, they're going to keep coming back. So yeah, and having all that firepower will definitely help. So yeah, next we go on to the other kind of Blue Eyes cards. Only running 1 Blue Eyes alternate White Dragon. Since basically this is kind of an unofficial 4th Blue Eyes, as it were, because it's always treated as a Blue Eyes White Dragon while it's on the field or in the graveyard. Yeah, it cannot be special summoned or set. It must be special summoned from your hand by revealing Blue Eyes White Dragon in your hand. You can only special summon Blue Eyes alternate White Dragon once per turn this way. This card's name becomes Blue Eyes White Dragon while on the field or in the graveyard. Once per turn, you can target 1 monster your opponent controls destroyed. This card cannot attack the turn the effect is activated. So there you are. So yeah, it's like I said, it's kind of an unofficial 4th Blue Eyes, as it were. So that's why only running only running 1, because otherwise, yeah, we'll the poor Blue Eyes. It's gained a bit of a meme in recent years, Brick Eyes, because of the fact, yeah, if you've just got 3 Blue Eyes in your hand and you've got no means of special summoning it or anything, then yeah, it could just really weigh down your deck. So yeah, hence why they jokingly called it Brick Eyes. Running 1, Blue Eyes Jet Dragon. Yes, we all know it's Kaiba's Blue Eyes Jet. Finally become a card at long last. So yeah, your cards, other cards you control cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. You can only use each of the following effects of Blue Eyes Jet Dragon once per turn, and only once. Also, and can only activate them while Blue Eyes White Dragon is on your field or in your GY. Sorry. Yeah, if a card is on the field, is destroyed by battle or card effect, you can special summon this card from the GY, even if it was when the card was destroyed, or head level or not. And at the end of the damage step, sorry. I probably really should be wearing glasses for this. At the start of the damage step, if this card battles, you can target 1 card your opponent controls and return it to the hand. So yeah, a bit of a bounce effect. Kind of struggled a little bit there, but hopefully you'll be able to read, or of course go online to like one of the Yugipedia fan-made sites, and of course they'll give you like a proper full thing of what the card does. But yeah, I know this thing special summons, it bounces, it protects other cards from card effects. But yeah, you only really need the 1 because you can keep bringing it back. That's the thing. It just it keeps coming back to the field. So you just really only need the 1 in that regard. Also running 1 Blue Eyes Abyss Dragon. Because of it also has a devastating effect. Hold on, I'll try and read it a bit more clearer this time. If this card is special summoned, you can add 1 ritual spell or 1 polymerization in your deck to your hand. Okay, well that's good. Although don't have polymerization, but we do have a ritual spell. get to that later. During your end phase, you can only so you can add 1 level 8 or higher dragon monster from your deck to your hand. So that's good. It helps out with the this helps out with the ritual play, as it were. You can banish this card from your GY. All level 8 or higher dragon monsters you control gain 1,000 attack. You can only use this effect of Blue Eyes Abyss dragon monster per turn, and can only activate them while Blue Eyes White Dragon is on your field or in your GY. So yeah, this helps out with ritual summonings. I've only got 2, which kind of leads on to one running, but yeah, and one particular spell, Chaos Form. So that's fine. So yeah, the only card obviously you don't have is Polymerization, but I wonder if they'll probably. That's interesting. Maybe they might either fix that card, or they'll introduce another kind of Blue Eyes Dragon that does the exact same thing, but for fusions, because there's quite a few fusions in there as well, if they haven't already. Interesting. And of course, I'm running 1 Dragon Spirit of White. This one has the card removal. Anyway, this card is always treated as a Blue Eyes card. This card is treated, this card is treated as a normal monster while it's in the hand or GY. When this card is normal or special summoned, you can target 1 spell trap card your opponent controls and banish it. If your opponent controls a monster, quick effect, you can tribute this card, special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand. So yeah, so basically just kind of a monster MST, Mystical Space Typhoon there. And you can also special summon Blue Eyes out of it as well. And you just have to remember this is treated as this card is treated as a normal monster while it's on the field or GY. Graveyard. I know. Silly Konami and your GY. Rituals. Yep, you probably guess I'll be running this. Blue Eyes Chaos Dragon. I like to have options open. And boy, this deck does have options now. Lots and lots of options. So yes, you can ritual summon this card with Chaos Form. Must be ritual summoned. Your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. Also, it cannot be destroyed. Your opponent's card by your opponent's card effects. This card is ritual summoned using Blue Eyes White Dragon. When it declares an attack, you can change the battle position and as many monsters your opponent controls as possible. And if you do, the attack defense of that monster of those monsters become 0. Also, this this turn, this card attacks the defense position monster and inflict piercing damage to your opponent. So yeah, it's very good. And of course, with what's planned, usually you just need to only discard or send or sacrifice a Blue Eyes, like just a regular Blue Eyes, to bring this out. And the same for this card. Yep, running 1 Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon, which is similar and has a lot more attack power. Yeah, if ritual summon this card with Chaos Form, must be ritual summoned. Your opponent cannot target this card with card effects. Also cannot be destroyed by your opponent's card effects. And if this card attacks a defense position monster, inflict double piercing damage to your opponent. So yeah, can't go wrong with that. In fact, actually, you know what? I'm going to just go back to Jet Dragon for a second there. I'm going to read that pesky text that threw me. Right, you can special summon this card to from the GY. If it was there when this card was destroyed, or hand level and at the start. It's not special text. I'm trying to comprehend it, but now I think what it means is that you can special summon it from the graveyard, even if it's was already there. It doesn't have to be destroyed. It doesn't have to be on the field and then destroyed, so you can special summon it. You can just send it to the graveyard, and it can be special summoned from the graveyard. I think that's what he's trying to say. Dearie me. Anyway. Now then, we go over to the tuners, and we have quite a few. But then again, it's important for the synergy of this deck. Of course, I am running Free Maiden of White. Definitely be needing to have your Maiden for this. Or at least Maiden of White. I'll just take one. One of them is a promo, and the others are from the deck. Or is it two from promos? I think 2 are from the deck and 1's a promo. Anyway, I'm running. Spellcaster Tuner effect. You can send this card from your hand or field to the GY, place 1 True Light from your hand, deck, or GY, which is partially why this is also important. Face up in your spell and trap card zone. If you special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon while this card is on your GY, except during the damage step, you can special summon this card. When a card or effect is activated that targets this card on the field, or when this card is targeted for an attack quick effect, you can special summon 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon or 1 level 1 Light Tuner from your GY. You can only use this effect of Maiden White once per turn. So yes, lots of effects. Definitely lots of effects there. For good old Maiden of White there. That's why you need 3 of her. Now this is kind of the odd one, but I felt like I just need to at least run at least one of these. I actually got this from the Saga Blue Eyes White Dragon deck. Yeah. 1 Maiden with Eyes of Blue. Maybe a bit redundant, but well, we'll see. Anyway, for those who don't know, Spellcaster and Tuner, and she's a level 1 light attribute monster. When this card is targeted for an attack, you can negate the attack, and if you change the battle position of this card, you can special summon 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck, as a hand, deck, or graveyard. During either player's turn, when a card or effect is activated that targets the face-up card except during the damage step, you can special summon 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand, deck, or graveyard. You can use 1 Maiden of Eyes of Blue's effect once per turn and only once per. So you can only use 1 Maiden with Eyes of Blue's effect per turn and only once per turn. So yeah, essentially. So yeah, if there's a target, if she's targeted for an attack or an effect, targets her, you can just simply change her battle position and you can special summon Blue Eyes. So yeah, Maiden of White is definitely the better option here. Poor Maiden of Eyes of Blue. She's really been pretty much upstage. But I'm still keeping her though. I'm still running at least one of her. She may be a bit of a downgrade, but I like to think of her now as perhaps the Maiden alternate dragon, as it were. Like I said, she shouldn't interfere too much with the synergy of the deck because, yes, she can still special summon Blue Eyes. She is a level 1 Light Tuner. She is searchable with quite a few cards in this deck. She is a spellcaster, meaning that you can actually tribute her to bring out a certain Link monster. You know, the Spirit of Eyes of Blue. And yes, I got the name right. So you can use this. You can use her to bring that card out if you're ever in a pinch. And of course, being a tuner, she can also be used for synchro summoning, which there is a fair few synchro monsters I'm running. So yeah, as I said, she shouldn't interfere with the synergy too much, but I'm only running one of her. So yeah, but I'll be very likely relying a lot more on Maiden of White because, especially since Maiden of White can special summon herself, she can help search for True Light, as well as special summoning Blue Eyes. So yeah, she is the much better option. So for those, that's why lots of players will tend to kind of disregard Maiden of Eyes. But I just wanted to throw her in just for just a bit of a try. But like I said, it shouldn't interfere with the synergy too much. Now then, we go over to our stones. Running, of course, 1 White Stone of Legend. And you can probably guess I'm running the other stone at 1 as well. For this, Dragon Tuner effect, if this card is sent to the GY, add 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck to your hand. So I guess it basically just acts as a searcher for an extra Blue Eyes if you've got one. Also, of course, this is a tuner, so again, used for synchro summoning. And 1 White Stone of Ancients. So there you go. Again, Dragon Tuner effect. Once per turn, during the end phase, this card is in the GY because it was sent there this turn. You can special summon 1 Blue Eyes monster from your deck. So Blue Eyes monster, keep that in mind. So not just Blue Eyes White Dragon, Blue Eyes monster. So this could also come in handy in that regard. You can banish this card from your GY, then target 1 Blue Eyes monster in your GY and add it to your hand. You can only use this effect of White Stone of Ancients once per turn. So yeah, this is actually it's kind of an upgraded version of Stone of Ancients. Oh no, this is Stone of Ancients, Stone of Legend rather, sorry. This is actually kind of an updated version of Ancients, so you can probably maybe do away with Legend and just use this. But again, they're both light tuners, they're both 1 star, they're both it for tuning, so they're both fairly good for synchro summoning. This one's good not just for Blue Eyes White Dragon, but any Blue Eyes monster, so you can use it for Abyss or Jets, I guess if you want it, although you don't really need to have. Actually, no, Jet's a bad idea because you want it in the graveyard. But any kind of monster like that, or maybe bring back maybe a ritual or something like that. So yeah, again, nice to keep options open. Obviously, since they gave you 3 in the deck itself, you have to run 3 of Sage. A lot of people say this is actually the best normal summon. Like if you were to normal summon a monster, normal summon this card because it is fairly good. I'll just take one and read its effect to see what it does. Again, spellcaster tuner effect, so good for bringing out Spirit. I keep getting Spirit and Sage confused. Anyway, when this card is normal summoned, you can add one light tuner from your deck to your hand. Except Sage Advisor Blue, you can discard this card, then target one effect monster you control, send it to the GY, and if you do, special summon one Blue Eyes monster from your deck. You can only use this effect of Sage Advisor Blue once per turn. So again, the regular Maiden could help out with that as well. Like if she's on the field, I can just send her there and get Blue Eyes out maybe. So again, just nice keeping options open. And we are just running the one Master with Eyes of Blue. And again, spellcaster tuner effect. When this card is normal summoned, so you can normal summon this as well, which you can do maybe with Mausoleum. But if not, yeah, you can just normal summon it. You can target one light tuner in your GY, add it to your hand. So maybe something like Sage or Maiden again of white. I mean, you can go with the regular Maiden Visor Blue though. Probably doubtful. I think once she served her purpose, that's it. Anyway. You can shuffle this card from your GY into your deck, then target one effect monster you control, set it to your GY, and if you do, special summon one Blue Eyes monster from your GY, other than the sent monster. So yeah, good effect. You just got to be careful what you send. Yeah, you can only use this effect of Master Advisor Blue once per turn. So not bad in effect, but of course that's why I'm just running only the one of this guy. Next up. Yeah, you can also kind of see this coming. I'm running 3 of the Neo Kaiser Seahorse. I'm not going to run regular Kaiser Seahorse. All it does is just acts as 2 tributes instead of 1 if you're bringing out a light attribute monster. Which it's fine for summoning Blue Eyes, but Blue Eyes has lots of different summoning conditions or ways of getting it out, including from Main Advisor Blue. So yeah, it's a bit redundant in that regard. But this one is a dragon. It's a tuner, and of course, it's got that leveling effect, which I'll read. Yeah, if you control Blue Eyes White Dragon, you can special summon this card from your hand. You can target one light tuner you control, increase or decrease its level by 1. If this card is sent from the field to the GY, you can send one Blue Eyes monster or one monster that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand to the GY, except Neo Kaiser Seahorse. You can only use this effect of Neo Kaiser Seahorse once per turn. So yeah, this of course helps out with the ritual summonings, especially with one monster in particular, which of course is the Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon. It's on the front of my extra deck there. But yeah, so that's why I'm running 3 Neo Kaiser Seahorse because of that effect. Of course, just running the one Dictator of D. Just in case, again, might come in handy to resummon some Blue Eyes on my field. Let's see. While you control Blue Eyes monster, you choose the attack target of your opponent's attacks. You can only use one of the following effects of Dictator of D once per turn. You can send one Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand or deck to the GY. The special summon this card from your hand. You can discard one Blue Eyes White Dragon or one card that mentions it, then targets one Blue Eyes monster in your GY and special summon it. So again, helps get cards into the graveyard and special summons them, which is really the whole point of the main thing about this deck is, they do that. What am I doing? I've just realised I'm piling up my cards and I'm not really piling up my cards. Oh, it doesn't matter. I'm putting them into 2 separate piles for some reason. I just didn't notice until now. Yep. But one of the cards that everyone and their mother uses, and I'm going to have to use them as well. Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring. But yeah, lots of people say this is one of the best hand traps in the game. Hand trap, by the way, is an unofficial term because this is not a trap card. It's just a simple term that duelists use. Basically, a hand trap just basically means that pretty much like a quick play spell. You can activate it straight away from your hand when someone does something. That's essentially what the term. That's essentially what it means. Yeah, Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring, zombie tuner effect. So you can use her for synchro summoning if you want it, if you're in a real pinch. But mainly she's going to be used for a discard because when a card or effect is activated that includes any of these effects, quick effects, you can discard this card to negate its effect, which is what a lot of people do. They use those to negate. So you can negate, add one card from the deck to the field, special summon from the deck, or send a card from the deck to the GY. You can only use this effect of Ash Blossom and Joy Spring once per turn. Well, duh, because well, yeah, because you can only discard her once. That's why you have 3 of them. So there we go. That be that the hand trap, and the other major hand trap. They only give you 2, but you can run 3. 2 in that Blue Eyes White Destiny set. I mean, of course, it's Effect Veiler. Of course, I'll be running 3 of these, like everybody else. Yeah, simple effect. During your opponent's main phase, quick effect, you can send this card from your hand to the GY, then targets one effect monster your opponent controls. Negate the effects of that face-up monster your opponent controls until the end of this turn. And of course, Spellcaster, tuner effect, 1-star, like attribute monster, which makes Effect Veiler a nice search target for Sage of Eyes of Blue. See, I think 1 or 2 people did it, and then also other duelists realised, duelists or players duelists, doesn't really matter. They realised, oh, I didn't realise you could do that, and they realised, I can get Effect Veiler out, and I can disrupt some plays by discarding her. So yeah, nice little hint there. If you're playing Sage of Eyes of Blue, you can use Effect Veiler as a target, and you can have something ready in your hand in case things go south. So there you go. Now then, against my better judgment, I had a spare slot, and I thought, well, I can use this just for a discard if I really need to for anything, because especially with the next card, actually, I'm showing, I've remembered you do need a discard. So yeah, but I guess if things really come get into a huge pinch, oh boy. I think that, of course, there is quite a few effects that these cards do that can destroy a certain thing that this special summons. I think you know what I'm talking about. I decided to bite the bullet and add 1 Nibiru. Oh, but I mean, yeah, it's good for a board wipe. It's just that token it special summons. But there's quite a few effects, as I said, that these cards do, or some of these cards do, that can destroy monsters on the field, which include tokens, I believe. So no, in case you're unaware, Rock Effect. During the main phase, if your opponent normal or special summons 5 or more monsters this turn, quick effect, you can tribute as many face-up monsters on the field as possible, which includes your own if you wanted. And if you do, special summon this card from your hand. Then special summon 1 Primal Being token, Rock Light, level 0, attack defense, to your opponent's field. The tokens, attack and defense, become the combined original attack and defense of the tributed monsters. You can only use the effect of Nibiru, the Primal Being, once per turn. Now, say, for some reason, I always use this as an example. Say the opponent has all 3 blue eyes on the field, plus alternate dragon, and say Jet Dragon. So you've got 5 dragons, each with 3,000 attack. 4 of them at least have 2,500 defense, and Jet Dragon has 0 defense, because it is what it is. Let me just double check. Yeah, 3,025. And Jet Dragon is 0. So, and so all those were special summoned this turn. Then you play Nibiru. Then what happens? Your opponent special summons a token which has 15,000 attack and 10,000 defense. And Nibiru only has 3,000 attack. You can see the issue here. Unless you've got a way of destroying that token, you're stuck. And it's not just that. It's all monsters. Although it does say, hang on, it does say as many monsters as you want, doesn't it? Contribute as many face-up monsters on the field as possible. And if you do, oh, so you can probably only get away with 2, but then that kind of defeats it being a board wipe, because lots of people use Nibiru as a board wipe. You know, wipe out your opponent's entire field and just leave them with a token. Which, yeah, I see, why that could be a thing, but that token can be exceedingly powerful. So you have to really, be careful when using this as a hand trap in that regard. But still, who knows? Oh, I'll just run one, see what happens. So I said I've got an extra slot to make the 45. So there you go. So that actually pretty much ends it for the monsters. Now we go over to the spells, beginning with obviously I think that I guess lots of people consider this to be the best spell, or at least the new best spell in the game from this deck rather. Wishes of Eyes of Blue. I think again I'm using a promo for one of them, and the other two come from the deck. So yeah. Anyways, yeah, Wishes of Eyes of Blue. Discard one card. In order to activate this, yes, discard one card. Add one level light. So add one level 1 light tuner and one spell trap that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon from your deck to your hand, except Wishes for Eyes of Blue. You can banish this card from your GY, then target one Blue Eyes White Dragon you control. Equip one Blue Eyes monster from your extra deck to it as an equipped spell, then gives it 400 attack. You can only use this effect of Wishes of Eyes of Blue once per turn. So yeah, not only does it act as a searcher, of course, it can also you can target a particular monster to equip. And lots of people equip the new Neo Ultimate Dragon. Well, actually, that was from Dark Side Dimensions. But anyway, lots of people target Neo Ultimate Dragon because once it's sent to the graveyard, it has that protection effect where cards can't be banished from the GY or whatever. So that's why lots of people tend to use that as a target. But yes, this is a nice searcher for tuners and another spell and trap card that mentions Blue Eyes. I think lots of people tend to use this for Majesty, but any card will do. I think this might also be an alternate to finding True Light, since it mentions. You can hold on to from your hand. Yeah, since the trap mentions, it doesn't have it in its name, but it does mention Blue Eyes White Dragon, so you can actually use this for True Light as well. So yeah, fairly good option. Decided to only run 2 of this one. Raw of the Blue-Eyed Dragons. So the artwork there kind of reminds me of that song by Ambiance that was used for the first opening of the Japanese dub of the 90s X-Men cartoon. Cry for the moon! Anyway, yeah, so Roar of the Blue Eyes Dragons. Special summon in defense position 1 Blue Eyes monster from your deck, GY, or banishment. But if you control no Blue Eyes White Dragon, you can only special summon Blue Eyes White Dragon with this effect. Also, you cannot special summon from the extra deck for the rest of the turn except dragon monsters, which is fine because the majority of creatures. Actually, I think it's all just dragons in my extra deck, so it doesn't matter. You can banish this card from your GY, fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field, including a Blue Eyes monsters. Including a Blue Eyes monster. You can only use 1 Roar of the Blue Eyed Dragon's effect per turn and only once that turn. You only use it one Raw once per turn, and only once that turn. So yeah, kind of acts as a fusion card of sorts. But I'm only running 2 because I'm running 2 of another card, which can also help out with that. Of course, I'm running 1 Mausoleum of White, which is the searchable target for Spirit. That's it. Spirit Visor Blue can help search for this card. The only field spell in here. During the main phase, you can normal summon 1 level light. One level 1 light tuner in addition to your normal summon or set. So this gives you an extra normal summon for something like Sage of Eyes of Blue. If you've got Sage, you can add another one onto the field or another one of the light tuners. Also, this is to help out with synchro summoning. You can only gain this effect once per turn. The extra normal summon or set. Once per turn, you can target 1 face-up monster you control, send 1 normal monster from your hand or deck to the GY, and if you do, That targeted monster gains attack defense equal to the level of the monster sent to the GY times 100 until the end of this turn. Even if this card leaves the field, you can banish this card from your GY. Add 1 Burst Stream of Destruction from your deck to your hand. Oh, I'm not running Burst Stream of Destruction. So yeah, but lots of people, I don't think, tend to use their Burst Stream of Destruction effect. They tend to use it as a field spell to get the extra normal summon or set. And maybe the other one where you can target one face-up monster and the target monster gains attack and defense. Yeah, it's likely to use those effects a bit more so. But there you go. But hey, I mean, maybe I might use Burst Stream instead of Nibiru. Who knows? Who knows? But maybe that'll be something to consider in the future. Who knows? Sorry. Anyway, carrying on. I'm definitely running one Chaos form because I've got the 2 ritual monsters. There's also a trap I'm running, which can help out with that as well. But like I said, most likely the ritual monsters are probably just going to be there for as a method of getting out something in a pinch, more than the actual. But I think most of my main plays will be to try and bring out as many of the the powerful synchros or fusions as possible because there's more of them. But yeah, we'll see. So yeah, Chaos form ritual spell. This card can be used to ritual summon any Chaos or Blackluster Soldier ritual monster. You must also tribute monsters from your hand or field, and or banish Blue Eyes White Dragons or Dark Magicians from your GY, whose total levels exactly equal the level of the Chaos or Blackluster Soldier ritual monsters you ritual summon. Well, that's fine then, because if you get rid of regular Blue Eyes, you can just get a Blue Eyes or Chaos Dragon or Blue Eyes Chaos Max Dragon, because they've both got 8 stars. And Blue Eyes White Dragon, of course, has 8 stars. So there you go. Let me just double check. Chaos Dragon 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Chaos Max 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, so see both of them got 8 stars. So all you need is just to send to the graveyard or whatever 1 regular Blue Eyes White Dragon, which again is good because you've got so many cards here and that can bring Blue Eyes back. Next up, I'm running 2 Ultimate Fusion. Not only does it fuse, but it has a very nice destruction effect. As of course I will explain now. Yeah. So yeah, Ultimate Fusion. During the main phase, fusion summon 1 fusion monster from your extra deck that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon or Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon as material by shuffling the materials mentioned on it from your hand, field, or GY into the deck. So that's good. It recovers cards back into the deck in that regard. And then you can destroy face-up cards your opponent controls up to the number of Blue Eyes White Dragons and Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragons used on the field as used from the field as material. So this is one way of getting rid of a pesky Nibiru token. You can just simply destroy it with this. I believe in it because it's treated as a monster. It's a token, but it's also treated as a monster. So you can destroy it, or because it's on your opponent's side of the field. You can only activate 1 Ultimate Fusion per turn. Anyway, I'm just saying that this is a way of dealing with that. Also, quick play spell as well, so you can activate this whenever. And there's quite a few fusions I'm running, so this again is a good way of dealing with that. And I had to double check this. I thought it was at 2, but no, it's limited, so it's at 1. That's why lots of people are only running 1 at the moment. The quick play spell called By the Grave. This is actually a nice way of countering Ash. If someone plays Ash and you've got this in your hand or on the field or whatever, yeah, use this right away to negate her. Oh boy. Yeah, target 1 monster from your opponent's GY, banish it, and if you do, until the end of the next turn, its effects are negated, as well as the activated effects and effects on the field of monsters with the same original name. So yeah, quite a strong negate there. No wonder it's down to just 1 at the moment. Plus being a quick play. I just like the look on the guy's face. Ah, hand! But yeah, again, this is also featured in the structured deck at the moment. Now on to the traps. I'm only running 5 because everybody else is running this 5, and yeah, this is the only traps really you need. First of all, True Light. Just running the 1 because of its very, very negative side effect there. Yeah, I keep hearing that this is meant to be the Blue Eyes equivalent of a trap card called Eternal Soul, which is pretty much does the exact same things here, only for Dark Magician. So no doubt if Konami does like a Dark Magician theme deck thing, whatever, they'll probably have like one copy of that card's name I just mentioned, Eternal Soul. Oh dear, memory like a sieve. Anyway, True Light, continuous trap. Your opponent cannot target Blue Eyes White Dragon cards in your monster zone with card effects, which is good. If this face-up card is sent from the spell and trap card zone to the GY, destroy all monsters you control. That's bad. That's why you only run the one of these. Plus, also it's searchable with Maiden of White, and you can activate one of these effects. So you can only use the following effect of True Light once per turn. You can activate one of these effects. 1. Special summon one Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand or GY, or set one spell trap from your deck that mentions Blue Eyes White Dragon with a different name from the cards you control and in your GY. So yeah, there you go. That being the True Light trap. And of course, running 1, Majesty of the White Dragons. This also has a very nifty destruction effect. And this is the one that can help ritual summon. As I'll explain. Show up to 3 of the Blue Eyes White Dragons in your hand, face up monster zone and or GY, then destroy an equal number of cards your opponent controls. So a very good destruction effect there. You can banish this card from your GY, ritual summon one ritual monster. Oh, so this is the ritual. Yeah, I did say ritual, yeah. Yeah, you can banish this card from your GY, ritual summon one ritual monster from your hand by attributing one Blue Eyes White Dragon from your hand or field, whose total level equals the level. Total levels equal its level. So again, if you want to bring Chaos Dragon or Chaos Max Dragon, just get rid of the Blue Eyes and special summon it right there and then by banishing this card from the graveyard. And yeah, you can also use this effect of Majesty of the White Dragons once per turn. Since I'm only have the 2 rituals, that's why I'm only running the 1. But yeah, that destruction effect though, that is very good. And all you have to do is just reveal, yeah, I've got a Blue Eyes in the field, I've got Blue Eyes in my hand, I've got Blue Eyes in the GY, bang, you know. Or doesn't have to be like hand, field, GY. It could be any of those 3. Like you can have all 3 on the field, or 1 on the field, 2 in the GY, or maybe all 3 in your hand. You know, anything in that regard. And of course, all some of those cards will be destroyed as a result of that. And then, of course, another one that everyone and their mother's going to use: free infinite impermanence. Because of course, more negates. That's why that structure deck should sell like hotcakes, because you get so many negates with that structure deck. Anyway, you only get 1 infinite impermanence per deck though, which is why you have to get 3 or search for loose cards, whatever. But anyway, it's just easier to gain them from the structure decks. Anyway, infinite impermanence. Target one face-up monster your opponent controls. Negate its effect until the end of this turn. Then, if this card was set before the activation and is on the field as at resolution for the rest of the turn, all the spell and trap effects in this column are negated. If you control no cards, you can activate this card from your hand, which is why it's also considered a hand trap. Because like if someone's going, oh, I affect this, I affect this, I affect it, activate this, and you know, you've got no cards in the field, and you have an imperm in your hand, you can just go, ding, I reveal an imperm. Negate that effect. So yeah, that's why it's quite handy in that regard. So yeah, that be the main deck. Yes, so I said only 5 extra cards are normal, but it shouldn't really harm the synergy of the deck too much. I mean, yeah, it's probably not going to be, you know, oh, this deck's going to be like the ultimate. It's going to win nationals. It's going to do this and the other. No, I don't think it's going to do anything like that, because this is built from 3 structured decks after all, and lots of people are playing, or they're adding in slightly different other cards. Like there's a couple, or there's a few other like archetypes they're putting into the cards to give it, you know, a bit more oomph to them, especially since you know, they might target and treated. They're very good to use with normal monsters, and of course, Blue Eyes White Dragon is a normal monster, not an effect monster. And yeah, it's you know, they say, oh, that doesn't harm the synergy of that deck at all, and just, you know, gives a bit more of an oomph. But you have to pay a bit more money for that. Not so much. I guess it depends on what you want to build. But I just wanted to build just plain Jane Blue Eyes, and yeah, that should do well. But of course, now we go over to the extra deck. Oh boy, the extra deck. We've got a fair few cards here. I think this is probably I don't know if this might change in time, but who knows? I'm only running one of the big new Synchro boss monster, Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon. So yeah, Dragon Synchro effect requires 2 tuners plus 1 non-tuner Blue Eyes monster. This is where Neo Kaiser Seahorse comes in handy to bring this guy out. Your opponent cannot banish cards from your GY. You can only use one of the following effects of Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon once per turn. When a card or effect is activated on the field, quick effect, you can negate the activation, and if you do, this card gains 1000 attack until the end of this turn. And if this card is destroyed by battle or card effects, you can special summon one light dragon monster from your GY except Blue Eyes Ultimate Spirit Dragon. So yeah, pretty, yeah, it's a pretty powerful stuff. And yeah, that's why, you know, I think running the one should be enough, since the monster that can help bring that out if you're not having the Neo Kaiser Seahorse out, and you just have yeah, if you just go for a normal sorry, if you just want to go for a normal Synchro summon, I'm running 3 Blue Eyes Synchro Dragons. So yep, I'll be running 3 of these. And yeah, 1 tuner plus 1 non-tuner Blue Eyes monster. So again, very good, and that's why a lot of those tuners will have like the 1-star ones, including the one Maiden of Eyes of Blue. In that regard, anyway, neither player can special summon 2 or more monsters at the same time. Once per turn, when an effect of a card is when an effect of a card in the GY is activated, quick effect, you can negate the activation. Quick effect, you contribute this synchro summoned card. Special summon 1 light dragon synchro monster from your extra deck in defense position, except Blue Eye Spirit Dragon, but destroy it during the end phase of this turn. So there you go. It kind of tags into something else. You can be Neo, or it could be the other dragon that I've got here. Only running the one though, but this should be enough. Of course, Azure Eyes Silver Dragon. So yeah, you can tag into Ultimate Spirit, or you can tag into Azure Eyes using Blue Eye Spirit Dragon's effect. Once again, 1 tuner plus 1 non-tuner normal monster. So again, Blue Eyes White Dragon, essential. If this card is special summoned, until the end of the next turn, neither player can target dragon monsters you currently control with card effects. Also, they cannot be destroyed by card effects. Once per turn, during the standby phase, you can target 1 normal monster in your GY and special summon it. So again, helping to bring out even more Blue Eyes there. I don't know, maybe perhaps some people might afford to perhaps put 2 of these in there, but I think this should be fine. Actually, so we've got 5 synchros there. Now on to the fusions. Just because I'm only running the 1 regular Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon, just because, again, Kyber, three of them, you have to, no choice, no argument. There. As well as, of course, 1 Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon. This is the one where Wishes says you can equip this to any dragon. You definitely want to, because there's a play that lots of people tend to use, using this and Tyrant Dragon, which I'll go on to in a minute. But yeah, because you want this in the graveyard. I'll try and read this. Yeah, at the end of the damage step, if this fusion summoned card attacks, and this is the only card face-up card you control, you can send 1 Blue Eyes fusion monster that's in your extra deck to the GY. This card can attack again in a row. You can use this effect of Neo Blue Eyes Ultimate Dragon twice per turn. When a card effect is activated that targets a Blue Eyes monster you control, quick effect, you can banish this card from the GY, negate the activation, and if you do, destroy that card. So yeah, pretty nifty effect. And what was that in the graveyard? It's, of course, you can send it from the graveyard, banish it to negate an effect. Bang, what was that for? Oh yeah, about the you can send another fusion monster to let it attack again. So yeah, even if I don't summon the regular Ultimate Dragon, I can always get rid of that, send it to the graveyard to give this an extra power boost. So there you go. So yeah, again, synergizes rather well. Also, just running the one Blue Eyes Twin Burst Dragon. Because obviously it's fairly easy to summon because you only need 2 Blue Eyes instead of 3. Must be either fusion summoned or special summoned by sending by above monsters you control to the GY. Cannot be destroyed by battle. Can make up to 2 attacks at monsters during each battle phase. At the end of the damage step, when this card attacks your opponent's monster, but the opponent's monster was not destroyed by battle, you can banish that opponent's monster. So yeah, instead of, if it attacks multiple times, if it doesn't successfully make the attack, then yeah, you can just banish it instead. But still, a very nifty effect to have. Again, just only running the one. And this one, I'm running 2. We've got 2 Tyrant Dragons. So yeah, got plenty of fusions to play with. So yeah, Blue Eyes White Dragon plus another Dragon monster. Must first be fusion summoned or special summoned from your extra deck by attributing 1 Blue Eyes White Dragon equipped with a fusion monster. So yeah, that's another reason why Neo is important. So you can get Neo into the graveyard, and this can be special summoned. So yeah, that's a very, very nifty effect there. Unaffected by trap cards or effects, can attack all monsters your opponent controls. Each at once. Oh, yep. Can attack each of the opponent's monsters one. So can attack all monsters your opponent controls once each, and once per turn. At the end of the damage step, if this card is if the card battled, you can target 1 trap in your graveyard and set it. So yeah, this is actually if something happens to True Light, this is actually a great way of getting it back. So yeah, that's getting pretty nifty. Or you can get back Majesty using this effect as well, or even an Imperm if you're feeling that cheeky. But yeah, that's pretty nifty effects. Yeah, I'm glad actually I've run, because lots of people, a few people I've seen have said they're going to run 2 Tyrant Dragons, and I can see why now. That's very good. And 400 attack, slightly more than regular Blue Eyes, but yeah, cannot go wrong. And since it's brand new, they included it. Just in case of a real pinch, I'd say to run 1 Indigo Eyes Silver Dragon, the new Xyz monster. Some people say XYZ, it's Xyz, people. I think they do pronounce it that way in Zexal. Or is it something different in or is it pronounced differently in Japanese? Anyway, but and I'm pretty sure it's Xyz. Yeah, lots of people say Xyz. So yeah, this is an Xyz monster. Xyz. There we go. Especially since Americans say Z as Z. So yeah, that makes even more sense to them to pronounce it as Xyz. I don't know. Anyway, this of course is a rank 8 monster and requires 2 level 8 dragon monsters to summon. Cannot attack cannot attack directly unless the card has a normal monster as material. You can only use one of the following effects of Indigo Eyes Silver Dragon once per turn. If the card is Xyz summoned, you can negate the effects of a face-up card of all face-up cards your opponent controls, and you can detach 1 material from this card, then target 1 normal monster in your GY or banishment and special summon it. And if you do, this card gains 1,000 attack points. So again, it brings back Blue Eyes. It's essentially, Blue Eyes is essential for this, for summoning, for detaching, for bringing. For bringing it back. Just yeah, very good. See, probably not like probably like I guess maybe if you have run out of options, people will very likely perhaps play this. But yeah, can't go wrong with that. The only thing, obviously, it doesn't have any defense, but yeah, the dragons, you want them to be attack, and you want them in attack anyway. And next up, we're running 3 Spirit Advisor Blue, because of course, the new Link monster, which is fairly easy to get out because I am going to explain it. Dragon Link effect requires 1 level 4 or lower dragon or spellcaster type monster, which is the majority of the monsters in this particular deck, so that's good. which again, even a main advisor blue can help bring this out. So yeah, your opponents. So you cannot special summon except dragon monsters. That's fine. That guess extra deck stuff. You can only use, for the most part anyway, you can only use each of the following effects of Spirit with Eyes of Blue once per turn. If this card is link summoned, you can take one Mausoleum of White from your deck and either add it to your hand or send it to the GY. Obviously, a lot of people tend to use this to search Mausoleum and add it to their hand. You can tribute this card, special summon one Blue Eyes monster from your hand or GY. And if you special summon an effect monster from your GY by this effect, it cannot attack and its effects are negated. So that's just one thing you've got to. So yeah, it's great. For special summoning Blue Eyes, you can special summon an effect monster, but it can't attack and the effects are negated. However, if you were going for a synchro summon, though, that doesn't matter because you just bring up the monster just to be used as synchro material anyway, or fusion material maybe if you're wanting to go that route. So yeah, so that's why it's a pretty nifty effect, and that's why, of course, people run 3 of these. Great card. And finally, the last card in the extra deck, and of course, lots of people are using this as well. Since I gave you one in the deck, you might as well use it. The Heretic Seal. Heretic Seal? Heretic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres. Why are these spheres considered dragons? What are they, dragon eggs? I don't know. Even Paul Kyber must be confused by this. Anyway, it's another Dragon Link monster. 2 dragon monsters required. Once per opponent's turn, if this card is in the extra monster zone, quick effect, you can tribute 1 monster from your hand or field, return 1 face-up card on the field to the hand. If this card is tributed, special summon 1 dragon monster from your hand or deck and make its attack and defense 0. You can only use this effect of Heretic Seal of the Heavenly Spheres once per turn. So there you are. Again, so it bounces back cards and allows you to special summon as well. Though pretty much in the same vein as Spirit, that monster, as it becomes, their attack and defense becomes 0. But again, you might just only want it to bring it back for a fusion summon, or maybe a synchro summon, or even go for that Xyz summon for Indigo Eyes, perhaps, if you want. So yeah. And that's all for the extra deck, and that pretty much says it all for my deck build. So yeah, 45 cards in the main deck. You're thinking, again, you're mad, David, you're mad. But let's not ask for too much. The cards still synergize with each other fairly well. Like it's nothing like anything weird or random that's that might harm things or do whatever. It's just how it is. So yeah, extra deck goes first. There you go. And now I'll sort out the. Actually, no, I better just realised. Methinks I better. Methinks I better shuffle my main deck because the main deck needs to be shuffled. So yeah, I'm gonna be just shuffling there, and of course be keeping them into this. I decided just to get the this very nice Egyptian God card Yu-Gi-Oh box from Amazon, just because. Just because it's the Egyptian gods. I mean, this isn't an Egyptian god deck or anything like that, but I still like it. So you got Ra this side, Cypher on this side, Obelisk on this side, all 3. So on the back there, you've got the 3 kind of resembles the Millennium Puzzle, kind of. So that's a quite clever way of how they did it. And also on the bottom, same thing again, with the yellow kind of representing the Millennium Puzzle, pretty much. So yeah, that of course pretty much sums it up for my little Blue Eyes White Dragon deck build. So again, 45 cards shouldn't be too much, and of course I've maxed out the amount of cards you get for the extra deck as well by 15. So yeah, that's it's any cards between 1 and 15 in the extra deck, and that's for Fusion, Synchro, Xyz, and Link monsters. Those types of monsters can be put into that deck. So yeah, I'm just actually waiting for the full hour to get ahead. So yeah, about 15 seconds. Yeah. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed watching my little deck profile, and I'll catch you guys again soon. So do take care, and I'll see you again soon. 3, 2, 1. Bye.